It's a family farm when prices go up the way they are.
Roads on Rensselaer Street in Livonia, that's near the Redford border. I want to get now live to Fox 2's Dave Kinchin, who is at the scene with us now. He is joining us now. Dave, what is the very latest there?
Let's all take a moment now. Let's just try to breathe it in. Let's go get some feelings out.
Well, just getting some information coming in right now. Let me just step out of the way and give you a picture of what's happening here. Multiple police departments on this scene here. Rensselaer, just past Bridge Street here. We understand from authorities here, it's confirmed that 4 people have been killed here. We understand as a male suspect is in custody. 4 people shot and killed. The firearm used in this shooting has been recovered thanks to a tip confirmed by our Jessica Dubak. No threat to the public at this time. I spoke off camera with a man who said that he was in his house and it felt like the entire house rocked. He heard at least 10 gunshots, and it seems like family or people very close to the folks involved in this tragedy just showed up not too long ago, possibly family. A lot of people are hugging and visibly emotional. As we maybe pan a little bit more towards the right, you can see some of that here, but still a very active scene with Livonia police. This happening in Livonia, very close to the Farmington Hills border. Farmington Hills police assisting in this case, possibly Farmington as well. So this is a situation that unfolded inside and outside of a home here, and police may have been to this home for other disturbances is what we are hearing through sources, but again, this is all still developing right now. If you're just joining us on Fox Local, it is confirmed 4 people shot and killed. A man in custody right now. This happening on Rensselaer Street, just past Bridge. We understand that the firearm involved in this, we don't know what kind of firearm just yet. It's been recovered. Police say there is no ongoing threat to the public. This is a tragedy that unfolded inside and outside of the house. Multiple people saying they heard several gunshots. And again, one man telling me he heard 10 shots and he felt his house shake. So we're waiting to get a full briefing from police on this right now. But that's the latest here in Livonia. Reporting live, Dave Kinchin, Fox Local. Back to you.
Dave, I hate to put you on the spot with this. Are you hearing from any witnesses or other witnesses or family members of victims at this point? Are they saying anything?
Is here. One office visit every 6 months, 2 times a year free.
Over the past week, our community has experienced a tragedy that has affected the Mendoza family, the members of the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office, and people throughout Brazoria County. And before I say anything else, I want to acknowledge the Mendoza family and speak directly to you. John Gabriel Mendoza Jr. lost his life. Your family lost a son. Friends lost someone they loved. Regardless of any outcome of any investigation, your family's loss is permanent and your grief is real. I cannot begin to understand the pain your family is experiencing, but I want you to know that your loss is seen and that John Mendoza Jr. will not be forgotten. My prayers remain with you as your family continues to navigate this unimaginable tragedy.
See when the Henny's in my bloodstream, I see the devil open his arms to hug me. I'm tripping on my words, guzzling 100 shots. I keep going till I pass, I don't wanna stop. Jealousy's an ugly word, and guess what? You's an ugly motherfucker word. You're hating on me cause I do the things you wish you could. You acting like you want beef, I wish a nigga would. I'm feeling good, cognac, bring my mojo back. You see you lie about your life and that's a no-no, Jack. You do what you do like you doing it for TV. I do it from the corazon, like my family by your home. People claim they love me and they care about me. See, that's a lot of truth, is what they say when they went out there. Who's real? Who's black? Probably see I'm a bastard, but I keep it 100% real to the cats.
Hey, we need to talk. You're driving. We're watching. We see you glance at your phone. Or touch up your makeup. You always say.
Pay attention.
So why don't you? You appreciate you driving us everywhere, but we get worried sometimes. Our safety depends on you. Depends on you. So think about us in the backseat. Think about us. Things rock the distraction. Please be safe when you're driving. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Through the years, shit, I ran across some losers. 90% of the chicks I dealt with were floozies. 10% were good, but I didn't say no names, kid. Cause there was only one shit, she know who she is. Basically, y'all, I'm in this life alone. And the only true
Of Asim Munir, Field Marshal they say Asim. Latest example in Karachi, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, in Quetta. I mean, they're opening fire, the military is opening fire, and they are ruling as a colonial force, and because they want to suppress the political dissent, come what may. I mean, at any cost, they're suppressing the political dissent. So, I mean, they are not peacemakers. I mean, they're trying to project themselves as peacemakers, but they're nowhere near that.
Major Raja, stay with me. Let me now bring into this conversation Lieutenant General Raj Shukla. Few people understand Pakistan Army's psyche and mentality better than General Shukla. General, welcome. What do you make of these POJK protests in defense of democracy or demanding democracy? And it seems ISI says nothing doing. They will control whoever forms the government in POJK, Pakistan occupying Jammu and Kashmir. But can the people, in your view, looking at these protests, stand up to Pakistan Army jackpots, sir?
You know, Gaurav, the first thing I'll say is that, these are all signs of fraying statecraft in a collapsing state. It's not only what's happening in POJK, but what happened in KPK, Baluchistan, Sindh. In your very eloquent commentary, it tells you about the state of Pakistan. And it just so happens on the 30th, 31st of May, 9 to 10 days back, I happened to be in Srinagar for the Lit Fest. And this was, I think, my first visit after a couple of years. And I was amazed to see, choked roads, a sense of participation, overflowing cafes, color, romance, festivity, prosperity on the street. And it's not that the disaffections have all gone away, but it is a commentary on the two models. In one model, you have this the army submitting to civilian control and therefore exercising years of calibrated restraint in Jammu and Kashmir. And here you have a trigger-happy army. As a soldier, I hang my head in shame. This is bestiality. This is cowardice. You don't fire on your own men. And why I'm particularly disturbed is because the two armies come from a common home. That is why it is so distressing. This is also a time to point to the wisdom of people like Field Marshal Karyappa, who laid the edifice of the politicality, and gentlemen like Field Marshal Manekshaw, who said that we are deeply politically conscious but consciously not politically committed. Look at the wisdom of that statement. We always stayed out of politics, and here is Asim Munir and Shehbaz Sharif. I mean, they are bringing the state to ruin. Global media outlets are describing what is happening there as massacre. Some of them are comparing it with what happened in 1971 in Bangladesh. It's just not a few protests here. And it's been building up for pretty long because, as I said, Pakistani siyasat mein danishmandi bachi hi nahi. There is no wisdom. Politics is very strong. What happens in DOJK? Just bring in Javed Badr. When the political class failed to take up the cause of the locals, the JAC stepped in, and the JAC is a political. It is a body of lawyers, traders, students, transporters. और जैसे आपने कहा जो बुनियादी मुद्दे थे, राशन का, बिजली का, पानी का, जब उन्होंने वो उठाया, what do? Tariq Fazal Chaudhary, a federal minister, says that we will charge them under Section 302 for murder. There is no insensitivity. On a civil rights, civil society organization, you are charging them with terror laws. It can't get more ridiculous than that. There was a time when Pakistan used to claim, Pakistan Army, that it was the guardian of ideological frontiers. Damn it, you're losing your state to not any external aggression, but to internal repression. I mean, it is as bad as that. So it's time for the Pakistani state and the army to wake up to the reality and brutality of what they are doing. It's utterly disgraceful.
I'll get Major Raja to respond to that, but I want to bring in Javed Badr into this conversation. Javed Badr साहब, आपने सुना जनरल साहब ने क्या कहा कि पाकिस्तान में दानिशमंदी बची ही नहीं है सियासत में. आप मानते हैं? Look at the manner in which Imran Khan, the most popular prime minister according to Pakistanis, he's been languishing in jail. But what is your assessment of the situation right now in Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir, sir? Some reports say 50 people are dead. Okay, give me a moment, I'll re-establish that link. But Major Raja, you want to take that question that both the Indian Army and Pakistan Army were born of the same womb, but right now the Pakistan Army is massacring its own people, and like you rightly pointed out, sir, not just in POJK, but across the country, including in Pakistan, Punjab province, where apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, bodies were stolen by the Pakistan Army and not handed over. Bodies of people killed in Pakistan Army firing were not handed over to people in the Tehreek-e-Labbaik protests.
Well, I'm really, it's very difficult for me to say since I'm a third generation Pakistan Army officer. And I would like to acknowledge what General Shukla said, and usually I'm a very stubborn junior, but being a major, I would say in the military they say senior is always right, and General Shukla is right over here because he is coming from a place of empathy, and I can actually notice it in his tone. And what he's saying is deeply, it is hurting my feelings, definitely, because, this is my army. And yes, we both come from the same tradition. We both come from the same womb, as you may like to call it, fine, but we came from the same heritage, actually. And both of our countries are from the same heritage, and both the militaries are from the same heritage. But there is a major difference that after partition, the Pakistani military involved itself into the politics, and they got the taste of the blood once they, took over power, starting from Field Marshal Ayub Khan, and then later on General Zia-ul-Haq, then General Musharraf, and
Right,
now
and there's
Field
a lot
Marshal
of
Asim
stuff you
Munir.
can tell
You
the
know,
truth
they,
about,
the
yeah?
problem
But
with the
can you
Pakistani
face
military is that
the
unlike
reality?
General Shukla is here, sir, the generals in my
Be
country
true to yourself.
of
I mean, we
your
can spew all day
rank
long. The
and
sun
file,
is hot.
they aspire
People
to
are
be
crazy.
billionaires and multimillionaires in US dollars. So materialism took over
American
professionalism.
airline flight
And
numbers
once
are up.
you
The stock
have
market
to,
is down.
get
The
a
price of
benefits
eggs
package,
is
which
up.
is, for
Biden
example,
has
for a lieutenant
dementia.
general is
Right,
around
so
about
yeah, you
these
can
days
speak
around
the
12 to 13
truth all
million
day
US
long
dollars, and you need to have
about stuff,
mentions
but
all
can you
over the country
face
and then abroad as
reality?
well. Once your children are living in
Talking to
three-bedroom
you,
apartments.
citizens here in Augusta, Maine. Right, so yeah, we're right here, capital of Maine. Capital of Maine. Located in a section of the United States known as New England. We got a York, like Yorkshire. What else? Wyatt, I am rolling. Right, I mean, what are you trying to figure out? I mean, it's cool stuff, right? I know a lot of people, you start talking about stuff and they're like, I had no idea. Wow, like they're discovering this new information that no one has ever known. And they gotta go tell the world. You ever been to Guam? Dig a hole in the meadow, dig a hole in the cocoa ground. Dig a hole in the meadow, I'm gonna put you down.
Province and what we see in POJK right now?
You know, I must first commend Adil for his honesty, and that's I know soldiers at heart are always honest, and so in that sense I quite relate to him. See, the point, I don't grudge the Pakistani generals their plots or their Manhattan flats. That may also be a point, but that is not the central point. The point is the sheer lack of wisdom, as I said, in statecraft, and Imran Khan is the supreme example. How can you have one of the most popular political leaders in your country, and the way you incarcerate him to prison? I mean, that man is in danger of losing his eyesight. This is sheer brutality, bestiality. It is this part of the Pakistani army which really worries me. Soldiers don't do this. I mean, once again, let's bring in Sam Manekshaw. Look at the grace and dignity with which he treated those 93,000 POWs in 1971.
True.
It is all about soldierly virtues, sharafat, those issues. And
that sharafat and that danishmandi that you mentioned, now that I have Javed Badar with me from Pakistan, General, permit me one, let me bring in Javed Badar from Pakistan. Javed Badar साहब, आपने सुना मेजर आदिल राजा को भी और जनरल शुक्ला साहब को भी, वो ये कह रहे हैं कि जिस देश में सियासत में दानिशमंदी ही ना हो, वो अपने ही लोगों को गोली मारेगा या फिर अपने ही सबसे पॉपुलर प्रधानमंत्री इमरान खान साहब को जेल में बंद करेगा. उनकी आंख ही नहीं, खबर तो ये उनकी जान जा सकती है. क्या स्थिति है इस समय पीओजेके में? Okay, I still seem to be having an issue with that audio link, but Major Raja, okay, General, you want to go first? General, go ahead, then Major Raja.
Adil, go first. He's such a great man.
No, I want to understand from Major Adil Raja what is Imran Khan's condition? Is he just on the verge of losing his eyesight? God forbid. There are reports that seem to say that Asim Munir would want him killed or dead in prison.
Well, sir, yeah, of course, he's lost 85% of his eyesight, and it is very much recorded, and it is also part of his medical report by the government doctors have said that he's lost 85% of his eyesight because of poor conditions, because of the military regime in my country, who are the de facto ruler, the field marshals, the self-imposed field marshals.
Okay. So, General Shukla, on a scale of 10, how bad is the situation for the Pakistan Army in POJK? What's the situation, on a scale of 10? Can Pakistan Army retain POJK in the manner in which it's shooting people, or it's shooting itself in the foot?
I mean, see, I would strongly advise them not to do so. This repression never pays, and we are already seeing the consequences of what I say is lack of politics, lack of wisdom. The state is falling apart. People tell me कि हम POK कब ले रहे हैं? I say लेने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. वो खुद ही लुढ़कते हुए हमारे पास आ रहा है. And on a lighter note, may I tell the Pakistan Army कि अगर आपसे नहीं समझता है, आप हमको दे दें POK. 1-2 साल में हम पूरा अमन चैन वाले आएंगे.
Especially in northern areas. How bad is the situation in your military appreciation in KPK, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, with Durand lines simmering for years now?
It is disastrous, Gaurav. I mean, I can imagine when I was commanding the division in Baramulla, if there was a minor unrest, you would get 4 calls from the army commander, 3 calls from the corps commander inquiring what has gone wrong. And you were, always push from the top to settle it. I mean, somebody told me, one of my seniors, that these situations are armed politics. So, using weapons is just one part, but the whole political, engagement of outreach, of getting to the root cause, you don't open fire on your own people. You simply don't do it. Professional armies don't do it. And I am getting a little emotive. Not because, it's not a matter really of the Pak armies per se, it is of the larger cause of soldiering. Good soldiers don't do these kind of things. It is sheer cowardice.
People start saying that simply whether it's healthcare, law enforcement, or private sectors, you see someone doing something, it's like, no, that wouldn't be allowed. Just morally, ethically, our systems should not allow that, and if they are, we should need to speak up about that. So yeah, it's like you notice that all over the world, different people that will say that, like you notice things, and like, yeah, no, that's not what police do, that's not what doctors do,
Major Raja, I think I have you back. You wanted to come in, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to add on one thing, sir. The basis of the problem,
it's
which
not what
I would
my dog
definitely
does.
agree with General Shukla,
This is a good dog.
then the concept of an officer
Don't worry,
and
it's a good
gentleman
dog.
is dead in my military, in my army, which I have proudly served as a fighting arm officer for 21 years, and I've been a war-wounded officer. Now the issue is that the corruption and materialism has really taken over amongst the officers, and because of this corruption and
someone just gave a good example of well done, I like that actually. They used Joe Rogan in the example. Good one. In light of they said something about telling the truth and being able to face the truth. They just use some really good examples. So you can say, aliens are real, aliens are real. That's a lie. But you're going to believe you're speaking the truth unless someone can prove that they don't exist in your heart of hearts. You're going to go around touting you're speaking the truth. But can you face reality? Right, so can you see how it'll choose to only look at the realities that prove it to be right? And there's really, can you prove what made you cry? I mean, you could talk till you're blue in the face, but someone wants to say it's because your cat died. You're like, no, I'm actually crying because I just got my foot stuck in the door, madame. That's why I'm crying. Could care less about the fucking cat. You heartless, inhumane person. Yeah? Okay. Now what? You gonna teach me a lesson, or can I get my fucking foot out of the door? It's a simple question. Eye of the beholder. I know. Only I can answer that question, huh? Smokey, only you can prevent forest fires. Ribbit. Ribbit. Right, so that's a belief in something, right? It's not, I mean, it's not so easily proven, right? I mean, and you know that that's something that you can spew all day long, and they can't really prove or disprove it, can they? I mean, commonsensically speaking, yeah, you know. You know what all the unknown and unexplained things that people have seen. There's very down-to-earth explanations for all of it. Why haven't they had these discussions on major news networks? It's really weird. They seem to promote the childish beliefs, and a lot of us feel like we're on a fucking kids show. It's so fucking sad and embarrassing when you really look at it. And then on top of it, those same people that have very childish beliefs and trust in the news, they then promote more fear propaganda. The vaccines, non-vaxxers. What's been going on, and how many adults have been staying silent and going along with such things is disgusting. And then somebody puts on a mask. Oh, look, they're conforming. Huh? Who's conforming now? Yeah, these childish games over the years are so sick and disturbing when you start zeroing in on the individual cases where we have investigators and doctors that have been killed and committed suicide, trying to help people understand what's going on here with these lines, trafficking lines, drugs, crime, information, sales and marketing, coast-to-coasters, Market America, who are heavily involved with the ghost and alien hunting. Same lines that wanted the Suboxone and feed out the child in animal pornography, MK Ultra. So when you start connecting these things, you understand that, hi, my name's Mary. I have 4 children here. My youngest 2 are children, are children hostages of Hamas. When you actually start to understand the abuse and where that's getting fed out to, and the activists, military forces, private security sectors, druggies, watchers, chasers, feeders, Alex Jones crew, Rogan, they all know, Dollywood. Right, so a lot of these doggy-loving animal activists, right, the targeting of animal abusers over the years got pretty scary. By 2012, I know there was quite a few cases that were being highlighted. And I think, too, because those were right at pinnacle spots to breezeways and checkpoints and areas of other concern. Yeah, like down in Florida, different places. Myrtle the turtle. Right, so when you start to understand that, and how a lot of these slugs and people always want to turn their heads and not acknowledge the actual abuse cases and just profit from all the noise and the fake stuff, and doing real investigations on the fake stuff. Like whole military forces have been sent into other countries and wiped out villages because they were shown abuse videos by these punks. Abuse that's being done right here with our children. and others. And when I say our children, the kids of America. Do you understand that? Yeah, we're not the only ones, okay? We're not the only retards. They targeted us for a reason. The private investigator in 2009 shot himself. Shortly after that, the father of my oldest two ran away spooked, and then we took the invitation from some of these punks around here messaging us on MySpace. Do you understand? Right, and then some of the grant programs with the colleges, right, Pelosi? Right, so we're very heavily involved with all of it, infectious disease specialists and things like that. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, or suggestions as to how we can help our children and get the sick, fucking, stupid, delusional citizens around here to pull their heads out of their asses and wake the fuck up and help those kids. It's so sick and gross how these nasty, fucking, slutty, druggy marketing salespeople have been licking each other's assholes and cutting each other's throats for years. It's so fucking gross. I know they've made a lot of you a lot of money. I mean, they've given you a name. Right, so how dare you betray them and actually look at the truth? That's how they make you feel. If you even start to believe the facts that we're talking about, which you should very much address it. There's a lot of shit going on. And the fact that all you people that are getting fed by these guys don't talk about that handful of issues, you understand, people see that. It sticks out like a sore thumb. That's why we've been trying to help you. If you haven't noticed, check the messages. You can't deny it, and you know that. And it's okay. We love and forgive you and understand your naivety and how tempting, a lot of that bait is. It's hard to not fall into the arms of those broken angels, Anyways. You're welcome. Thank you so much. You're an angel. You're a saint. Devil in a blue dress. Yippee-ki-yay!
It's so difficult to get information out from the ground, but this is a reflection of the situation on the ground. People are finally rising against incompetence, repression by Pakistan military and the government, and this will continue. And I want to add, this is not just Muzaffarabad. Gilgit, Pakistan and other areas also are reporting a similar kind of protest, and the fact that Kashmiris in London have joined them to organize that protest against Pakistan military, that is reflective of perhaps the global phenomenon.
Right. Alright, Pooja, do stay with us. So these are the visuals from the so-called Azad Kashmir, that Pakistan calls it Azad Kashmir, but after all it does not seem to be so Azad, because these visuals depict the story, depict what's going on actually on the ground. The people raising their voices against the Pakistani government, and what are they getting in return? It's bullets. And 27 Kashmiris have been killed so far. Over 200 Kashmiris have been injured in these protests. India Today Global's Pranay Pandey is also joining us with more details on this. Pranay, what are the demands that are being raised by these protesters which are not being fulfilled by the Pakistani government?
Actually, this is the irony that Pakistan government, Pakistan military is not leaving this area, neither Azad nor Kashmir, because this entire thing started with the demographic change in the region, because large number of people from the Pakistani Punjab brought in and they were settled in that area. In fact, people of POK, they feel threatened. They are demanding that their rights should be protected. And in fact, 2 years ago, this entire movement started. Pakistani Joint POK Joint Awami Action Committee put forth the demand of the prices of wheat flour, the prices of electricity in the region, that they shouldn't be charged higher as compared to the other areas. Their natural resources should not be exploited and they should not be penalized. Rather, they were seeking that their educational institution should have a reservation for their children.
Black Mana is ambition. Power at a price. Turning risk into resources. To win, you must move in the shadows. Make the hard call and sacrifice. Do what it takes, no matter the cost. That's Black Widow.
area of Gilgit-Baltistan as well, and even within POK, if you see, the Dabial has become an epicenter of this entire protest, that how people are giving a pushback to Pakistan military, Pakistan Rangers after the firing incident, because people have pushed back Pakistani military, Pakistani Rangers after the firing incident towards Rawalakot, and in fact in Sumnoti, in Tattapani, and in various areas of POK. Now people are coming on street in large numbers. They are, they are raising slogans. They are protesting, and in fact, there are, there are shelling of the tear gas as well in various areas to contain and curb these protests. So Pakistan government, Pakistan military is using heavy hand to contain these protests.
Absolutely, Pranay. Pranay, do stay with us. We're showing our viewers the different kind of visuals which are emerging from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. These are the visuals of tear gas being fired against the protesters by the Pakistani army. So that is how these protesters are being silenced. That is how they are being treated. Remember, 27 Kashmiris have been killed, over 200 have been injured, and this is the kind of treatment that they are getting for raising their voices, for protesting against the administration. And as you can see, tear gas was shelled on the protesters in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. We already showed you how bullets are also being fired on the protesters raising their voices, and how there were slogans of Azadi, and they were also chanting slogans against Asim Munir. So that's the kind of situation. Situation has turned violent in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, where protesters are protesting against the current regime. Pranay Padhai continues to stay with us. Pranay, we're also showing the viewers the protest visuals where Azadi slogans can also be heard. Is Pakistan-occupied Kashmir rising up to join India? Can that be said?
There have been various demands coming from that region, and in fact, many people can now see the stark difference, the kind of development in Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir, and the way the people of POK have been betrayed by the Pakistan government, where the so-called Azad Kashmir, is neither Azad nor it is being left to uphold or to protect its Kashmir. And people can see that thing in the age of internet. People can see the difference as well. And in fact, there are families which are spread across the borders, and in fact, people can see the difference of being an Indian, being a Kashmiri in Indian, and being a Kashmiri in Pakistan. Because 2 years ago, we have seen that how people from Muzaffarabad even wanted to march up to Islamabad to get their voices heard. And in fact, this is how people have come out on the street to make government hear the demand, to fulfill the promises which they made. And in fact, there is a so-called Prime Minister of Azad Jammu and Kashmir, and in fact, the Joint Awami Action Committee is now banned, the organization which is raising these concerns, raising these voices for the rights of people in POK. That organization is banned as a terrorist organization. In fact, it's not the concerns are being raised in India or other parts of the South Asia, but rather people in United Kingdom, United States, and other parts of the world wherever the Kashmiri diaspora is there, people are concerned about the well-being, about the safety and security of people in POK, the way crackdown is being done by the Pakistani Rangers.
Absolutely, Pranay. In fact, my colleague Pooja Shari also continues to stay with us. Pooja, absolutely horrific visuals emerging from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. We're showing our viewers how bullets are being fired. A person is running from those bullets, and there are continuous bullets being fired on that protester. Then there are tear gas also which is being fired on the protesters. So these horrific visuals, and Pakistan Rangers have been deployed. What we're learning is that 14,000 Pakistani Rangers have been deployed for what? For these protesters.
This is visual evidence. Actually, this is on camera.
And after Norfolk police say 3 people beat him. Detectives tell us it happened Sunday at the Walmart on Military Highway. 10 on your side, Cheyenne Pagan is alive.
Am I gonna have to start carrying a billy club? You know, when I was a kid, I used to have to walk with a stick. And I remember there was a day where I'm like, man, it's nice to not have to walk around with a big walking stick. I guess we're going back to our old ways. I'm gonna make it more fancy though. When I was a kid, you know, you just pick one from the woods. I think I'll go to a shop. They shellac them and paint them colors. Some have the little sound in it, so they're like rainmakers too. I'm gonna get me one of those. If I see anyone beating up an old man at Walmart, they're getting it. What the fuck? Okay, so these 3 people beat... Oh, they killed him? Jesus Christ. Beat up a 77-year-old man at Walmart. For real. He must have deserved it. I don't know.
Live with more on this disturbing story, Cheyenne. Yeah, Ashley, what we know right now, just as you said, is this all happened Sunday afternoon at this Walmart that's behind me here off North Military Highway. This is when officers responded to an assault call and found a 77-year-old man unresponsive at the scene. He was taken to the hospital but later died from his injuries. Police have identified him as Bert Atienza of Virginia Beach. The investigation has determined he got into an altercation inside the store which led to a physical assault. 42-year-old Erica Mitchell and 44-year-old Travis White have been charged with malicious wounding by mob, aggravated malicious wounding, and conspiracy to commit a felony. They are being held in Norfolk City Jail without bonds. We also learned a 17-year-old is behind bars as well, facing charges of assault and battery, aggravated malicious wounding, and conspiracy to commit a felony. We also learned through court paperwork this afternoon that the assault occurred after the victim allegedly got into an argument with the daughter of one of the accused, who is also an employee at the Walmart. Here is Norfolk Commonwealth's attorney, Ramin Fadahi.
2 people who caused the death of the victim are both being held without bail on the original felony assault charges, and we expect more charges to come, and our position is that no bail is appropriate due to the dangerous nature of the charges.
Now both Mitchell and White will be in court again on July 29th. Live in Norfolk, Cheyenne Pagan, 10 on your Sonic.
Sparkle costs less and is just right for
Now oven doors are exploding. Like 40 oven doors explode? I mean, how does this just all of a sudden start happening? Oven doors exploding. Okay, let's listen.
Ovens were turned off. More than 40 people have been injured by this, and they are not being recalled. Consumer investigator Heather Sullivan shows us what we need to know.
Consumer Reports just issued an alert that nearly 400 complaints have come into the Consumer Product Safety Commission about exploding glass on oven doors, and it's injured more than 40 people. But First Alert 4 has been showing you this has been happening for more than a decade, and there's still no recall.
I had turned on the oven, was cooking food.
Elizabeth Gonzalez Rubio showed First Alert 4 back in 2013 that the glass door on her oven exploded.
I went to open my oven to get the food out. I reached for the handle, and before I could even begin to open it, it just shattered everywhere.
Another viewer showed us her oven door blew up, and it happened to a Metro East family. That was more than 10 years ago. Consumer Reports says the problem is still happening.
One range owner said it sounded like the noise was like a small bomb going off.
Consumer Reports says it usually happens when ovens are 4 to 6 years old, after warranties have expired, and both when the ovens are on and when they're off.
Many of the reports that we found allege that the glass in the oven store shattered without warning. Some describe it as spontaneous. Almost 70% of the incidents we found did involve fridge and air appliances, but we also found reports involving GE, Whirlpool, LG, Samsung, and a few others.
Consumer Reports says a cause has never been pinpointed, and it contacted the manufacturers. It reports that Frigidaire's parent company, Electrolux, responded this can be caused by imperfections in the tempered glass or from damage during use, but that its safety requirements requires the glass to break into small fragments with rounded edges to reduce the chance for injury. The other company said their ovens meet safety standards. Only Samsung offers free repairs even if the warranty has expired. We asked the Consumer Products
Only boss I'm standing behind are the ones I'm spitting. The kid is in rare form, fans love the guard. Put a chosen on your ears, cause my lyrics are coming hard. I'm cocky, and don't ask why. This chick said, you know it yourself, I can't jump that high. These little pups throwing pebbles at the guard. I laugh at these peasants.
Over the killing of an 11-year-old girl, after authorities revealed they had not acted on previous allegations of child rape against the primary suspect. A body discovered in southwestern France was identified by authorities on June 5th as that of a missing 11-year-old girl identified as Liana. She was reported missing in the small southern town of Florence on May 29th after leaving school. The 41-year-old father of a classmate, Jerome Barella, was arrested on evidence that he was seen with her on the afternoon she disappeared. The case sparked public outcry after officials revealed the suspect had been accused in several cases involving young girls, including a mother's complaint in August that he raped her 10-year-old daughter several times. Despite medical evidence supporting that accusation, the suspect was not questioned by police. The suspect also faced 2 other cases accusing him of molesting young girls, but were closed for lack of evidence. The murder suspect was previously fired from his job as a maintenance worker at a secondary school for inappropriate behavior towards a teen. Justice Minister Gérald Darmanin said on French television that the judicial system, quote, failed to protect this little girl. France has summoned all state prosecutors to a meeting, and findings from an investigation into the handling of Liana's case were expected within 2 weeks.
Some things are out of reach. I'm on Mars! But a card with access to exceptional benefits isn't one of them.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May I have everyone please take your seat, because we're going to begin. I know, it's a great moment. And trust me, we've got a lot planned for all of you, including dinner. I think I got someone's attention. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys can please take your seat, we can begin.
Ready for the leap. Started out with a little, barely had a heat, but what we had kept a belly full of eats. Just a short slip away from being belly on the streets. Hard scramble over grits, jelly on the wheat. Unabashed with a drive to keep our family on our feet. Hard work raising youngins in the belly of the beast. To be sitting around the table getting ready for the feast. It wasn't easy and it wasn't alone, but we still got a long road to hoe on the road. So what gets sold gets the water to grow, and the sunlight to get the harvest ready to show. So it goes, the dough whatever served on the menu. Could react to situations that you've been through. We can still get through like we got through. We are not through, just so we got you. I wanna ride with you. here to slay monsters like Geralt the Witcher. And I'm here with ya, that's all she wrote. Tight like a fat couple caught up in coach for my bros and my blokes. Mamacitas y amigas, yes, all of my folks. If the whole world starts to go up in smoke, we're riding together and we're going for broke. But I'm trying to make sure that don't happen. Climb on this boat with me, ride with your captain. Maintain yourself in an orderly fashion. Calm and collected, but I still need your passion. This is a call to action, packed with exact facts. Building more bridges than you will with a hashtag. Big dog barking, send the fat cats running. Revolution coming now, ain't that something?
Future is the bumpy ride.
Come on, I wanna ride with you.
Fighting monsters till we die.
I wanna ride
Just as long as you're by my side.
I wanna ride with you.
Got a freak flag, and I'm gonna let it fly. High, high.
I wanna ride with you. 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 Part of the brook, homie, you dig not? How about you leave on the avenue? You can walk through some blocks with a crooked cops killing you for leaving in the gutter. The 75th was built on the middle of Sutter. I was on the streets before they took me. Picking half 292, the young dudes are ripping in half. Low income housing is all we had. Walk around frustrated and mad, we still be maintained. The L train separates us from Brownsville. No matter what side you're on, that ass can get killed. From the home to the pink houses, you can watch the blood spill. Whether or not you go snot nose, get locked for drug deals. I'm a street soldier. I reach for my hose to smoke. Close my eyes, it's peace when it's over. Street soldier, so we let the motion. Peace be up for everyone walks. Soldier, where the hustlers and thugs hug the block. In summertime, we get out the trucks and jump on the drops. It's always hot, so there's never no excuse. It's all about what you got, so you better produce. The gangsters is running loose, split your melanin too. I'm telling you, dude, there's no frontin' on my town. The majority of us smoke, we own 4 pounds. I'm pushing the J's and white tees, some Chris jeans. A nice big construction time that don't mean wake up in the morning, slap your hands with feelings. They still bury your dream, and none of us is woke. You claiming you want the truth when I tell that you can't cope. The fans listen to tracks with the murder I wrote. Live every day to the fullest, cause homie, you never know. It's the home of the 718, but known for that 187. The line is too real, you better respect. I'm a street soldier. I reach for my hose to smoke. Close my eyes, it's peace when it's over. Street soldier, so we look closer. Peace be over, heaven and all. Street soldier, I'm a street soldier. I reach for my hose to smoke. Close my eyes, it's peace when it's over. Street soldier, so we look closer. Peace be over, heaven and all. Street soldier. Street soldier, I reach for my hose to smoke. Close my eyes, it's peace when it's over. Street soldier, so we get the closer. Peace be over, heaven and all. Deep soldier, I'm a street soldier. I reach for my hose to smoke. Close my eyes, it's peace when it's over. Street soldier, so we get the closer. Peace be over, heaven and all. Deep soldier. fly. I'm ready to die. I'm on the run, fam. All eyes on me. You gon' walk or fly. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. Call 911. Officer hit. I let on fire. Now I'm tossing this shit. Gotta get the stepping. Clean the prints off the weapon. I see your dudes in hell. I won't make it to heaven. As far as my dudes, tell her this I miss her. Soon I'll be chilling with Elvis and Hitler. It was either hell or me. I had the plan. Had no choice. I ain't sorry, dude. Wasn't going out like I would do. I guess it's payback for all the excessive force. Popo letting off on man. No remorse. We call it street justice. You're calling murder one. You'll get suspended when you're killed. We hit the chair, son. Fuck that. Let them come and get me. Give me my burner back. I'ma take a few of them with me. Yo, 100. I'm out, baby. I'm on the run, fam. All eyes on me. Don't walk or fly. I'm ready to die. I'm on the run, fam. All eyes on me. You don't walk or fly. I'm ready to die. I'm on the run, fam. All eyes on me. You don't walk or fly. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die. If the hood's like a jungle, they call me Tarzan or Animal. I'll never be behind bars, man. To go out like Larry Davis in this urban matrix, you gotta love it. It's too absurd to hate this. This whole kid is just a code in the streets. Dudes are starving, man. It's cold in the streets. It's either sink or swim, crawl or walk. Let off first or outline and chalk. Cause in the first verse, I murdered a cop's son. Ain't have to finish the story, you know the outcome. They can murder like 20 of us. Get a slap on the wrist, I step in their foot and get light. That's that bullshit. The war is on and it's never gonna end. Some people know what's up, some people like to pretend.
What's that? It is. It's a little, I don't know if ironic is the right word. Annoying, really. Yeah, all you can do is love and understand them, huh? Yeah, I mean, it is interesting that a lot of the people who want to sit back and they can't say vaccine, they can't talk about this on YouTube, they can't talk about this over there, they got to go over here to talk about that. No, you got to go. Right. Okay. No, that's not true. That is not true. Unless you're complying with sponsors or contracts. Right, so in some sense you can't, because that would hurt your reputation or get you canceled. Exactly, so this has gone on for decades. It's nothing new. And many are just kind of jumping on wheels and stuff, cases. And yeah, pretty sad, huh? And you make more money going after the truth speakers and helping the fucking slugs and sluts, so most people do that. Yeah, I mean, why? You can't prove a lot of the things we're talking about. And they really believe what they believe, right, David Wilcock? Right, I mean, it's interesting, too, that a lot of those people then, in turn, make money off of getting people going in protests and reporting news media about freedom of speech, and they're trying to take your freedom of speech. We can't talk about this, that, Pfizer, but freedom of speech, get some groups together. This is America. It's like, you people are really fucking spent, dude. Right, so hopefully the proper authorities here in Augusta, Maine do what they're supposed to do to help these children. Anything else? All right, coming up on the hour mark here. You all have a beautiful day. 6:33 a.m. in the morning.